everyone. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in our space. How you doing? Happy Sunday. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are encouraged. Sorry for the noise, y'all. I hope you are encouraged. I have a very specific channel message. That's kind of been a long time coming, but, and you know, those of you that know me, you know when I get like this is the deep ass message. So let's get into it. This message is for those of you who is looking at your life and you're realizing you don't know anything. You're back at the beginning. And nothing material is worth anything. And you're just having to transmute everything you've been through. Let me explain. And I keep my eyes closed so I could not have distraction to focus on the message. So let me explain. And some of you are going to be like, but let me explain. As you go through your journey, you're going to realize some spiritual things, some spiritual truths. You're going to realize that the God that they fed to you does not exist. You're going to realize that you have been letting a mirror run with the promise of a God when it's actually a source, not a God. And they're not the same. But they confused terminology, meaning, and concept. That's why you have to think in terms of energy. If you think in terms of energy, you are labeling something God, but that name is still limiting. It has no name. It's an energy force, whatever. Now, but it's not the same as what you perceive it to be. You gotta understand something. You are the root. You. Your whole life and your whole universe is based on you. Your mirror is based on you. These people are based on you and your experience, and when you pass on what you bring back to source, or what's called the monad. You are the key to your universe, and we each are the key to our own. And the reason why I said you don't know anything and you always end up back at the beginning is because you're always, and this is for those you will know, you are always in a transmutation and in a transformation. Every time you learn something, it ain't that you just learn it and you sit there and you're like, okay, next. Have you not noticed that every time you learn something, you transform? When they say chosen ones, why did none of you ask chosen for what? Why didn't you ask the deeper question? You have to remember what you promised to do and why you even came back in the first place. That's one thing you have to remember. The other thing you have to remember is that you're a part of the all. I call it the all mind, all conscious, all love, whatever. You're a part of the all. The monad is the all. That is not God. That is the all. That is the one that we try to get back to. And when we rejoin, all of our memories are taken back to. God doesn't need that. That is a servant of the monad. Okay? But they're different. You, though, are the God of your universe. And there's an energy that watches. But these energies are supposed to be neutral. Not where it's a matter of good, bad, good, and evil. It's not a matter of good and evil. Man made that shit up. It's a matter of knowing, learning. Karma is what balances that, and the law of consequences balances that. You're not going to want to do something bad because not only does it hurt someone else, it fucking hurts you. And it takes up the time of your ascension because you got to learn this lesson. But if that's what you got to learn on your journey, that's what you got to learn on your journey. You never know, or you're back at the beginning because you're always learning. So you don't know. You never will know because you're always at the beginning. You are applying your perception on what you learned. Most of us do it to avoid anything else negative. But all that is a part of the mirror. Now, here's the big question. Is the mirror running you or you running it? The mirror is not God. The mirror is you. But the problem is when we get uncomfortable, we step back and we do this. And then the mirror is still going and we let it run rapid instead of taking control of the mirror. We are in control of that mirror. It loops because it's a mirror, but it loops because you allow the loop. It keeps replaying the last memory and last instruction you gave. Think about that. It replays the last instruction you gave. It replays what your mind perseverates on. It replays whatever you show it. And it's allowed. That's why the assassins say nothing is true, everything is permitted, because it's a mirror. So it's permitted. If you present the mirror and what you're doing, it's permitted because you did it, because you are the ruler of your universe. You are the ruler of you with the laws of the universe. And you take all of that and you transmute it. And you transform it into understanding you can understand, and then you feed the mirror again. Hence, the matrix. You understand? Do you understand? You got to learn what your assignment is. You got to remember who you are. You got to remember you're in charge of it. You run it. You want people to change? You can't change them, but you can change you, which means you are changing your side of the mirror. And when they don't change, you exit fucking stage left. Because they don't deserve your reflection. They don't deserve what you've learned. They don't deserve to learn it from you. Everyone else around you doesn't know how to act right. Because they're learning their own. And they're walking what you're walking through, but different circumstances. Some are the same, some are different. And when we see another person, what I tell you, we have the compassion that when we see another person that's walked through it or walking through it, and we already have, we try to help them. Nope, my journey, my lesson, my bad, player. Go on with it. But there's no reason to hate them because they wouldn't let you teach them. Okay, so they wouldn't let you teach them. Move on. When you understand, it's just a neutral energy. It can be scary. When you start to understand, you are your own God. But there is an all mind. It's not a matter of good or bad. It's a matter of, I'm going to learn this lesson. I'm going to serve this karma. I'm going to be better for me and for everyone else. Do you understand? So if you're feeling weird at this time in your transition, you're transmuting behind the scenes because you have to. It's uncomfortable. I know it is uncomfortable. But you got this, and you're arriving and evolving. Allow yourself to arrive and evolve. Allow yourself to be open to knowing I don't know anything except what was in that last moment. Teach me something new. I'm open. Be open to love. You need to be refilled. Let love refill you. Be the mirror you want to see. Be the reflection you want to see happen in your life. Then do it, and you'll see it.